Hey y'all, it's your favorite duck here, Derek the Duck. And today we are here at my house, the Quack House, and I'm cooking some hot dogs on my grill. And I'm just gonna have a relaxing day today because life is a little stressful usually for me. Usually at the end of each month, I go over my winnings and losses on gambling for the month. But this time I'm going to do it for the whole summer. So all of May, June, July, and this month, August. Because things have gotten so bad that I've sort of stopped gambling. I mean, just going to try to look through these numbers right here. So May started okay. I was doing some sports betting, especially when I was on that train. I was on the Amtrak. And I was kind of bored on the Amtrak, so I got my phone out, and once I crossed into Louisiana, I was doing some sports betting. I had some wins and some losses. You know, I gambled a little in Louisiana, in New Orleans, and looks like mostly losses. New Orleans was not good. I think I did okay on one Jacks or Better game. I did a lot of sports betting in New Orleans, and it mostly didn't work out. I lost $155 betting on the Seattle Mariners when I was in Denver at some connecting flight. Then I went over to Vegas later in May. I did okay at blackjack, but ended up losing more money. So I ended up losing $711.23 in May, which was not good. And then for June, I only played a little bit, winning $18.51, but that was only playing 3 games. Blackjack I did okay with at the Aria. July I didn't play anything at all. August I put 40 bucks into Buffalo Gold collection and ended up winning $170.40. So August was okay because I only played that one game. But look at the final total, minus $1,068.64 for the year. So of all the playing I've been doing since January, I've lost over $1,000. And all of this is on my website, duck-deals.com. Don't forget the hyphen. And all of these, they're all listed there. And they all, also, you can click and see the videos of how I did them. Of course, I'm most proud of the ones where I won, but look at how many of these I lost. This is the reality of gambling. So I've ended up losing over $1,000 this year. Not too good. Not too good at all. It makes me very unhappy to see that, but it is real, and that's what happened. Now, that doesn't mean I didn't feel like I won something. As you know, I did get like $6,000 worth of a very nice cruise, a free cruise that they gave me to the Panama Canal. I loved that cruise. I had a great time. I've gotten countless free drinks while playing. I keep getting comped offers for hotels. So, and of course I had fun doing all of this. So I feel like I've gotten the value from it. I'm very pleased about that. But it is still true that I've lost over $1,000 in actual cash. $1,000 gone, just gone. And you know, I went on ChatGPT to see what I could have bought on Amazon with that. There was all kinds of good things, like a drone, some iPads. I could have had, you know, a robot vacuum cleaner. I could have had all kinds of great things. But instead, I don't have $1,000. In fact, I also could have repaired my air conditioning. As I had mentioned in one of my other videos, my AC went out in Texas, in the middle of deep summer, like as brutally as it could possibly be. So I mostly am quarantined to my bedroom. If you can see it right there, I have a little window unit AC. So during the day, I have to come outside like now because if I want to get out of that room, it's it's cooler outside than it is in the house. The whole house is like a giant petri dish. It's like this greenhouse dome that just collects heat. And I can't open like the doors or stuff because bugs want to come into the house. And they do come in. So it's so unbearably hot right now in Texas that there's like these roaches. And the other day, I woke up and there was a roach on my face. Yeah, like my ultimate worst nightmare come true happened. I felt something on my face. I jumped out of the bed and there was a roach crawling around. And I know it's because that AC unit right there is like the only water for miles because it's so hot, and it drips a little water, and the bugs, I think they're attracted to it, and they go into my room somehow through the window, and it's awful. I even had pest control come, but still you can see that these bugs are just like they've been dried out of the earth and they're still coming out everywhere. So it's like I'm kind of living in hell right now. I can't even quite explain it. It is brutally hot, and there's bugs, and I have no air conditioning. I could probably have taken that $1,000 and fixed the air conditioning. I know what's wrong with it. The air is coming out, but there's like a leak, and so the Freon is leaking somewhere in the house. I had him top it off the other day, and it worked for a while, but now it leaked back out again, and now I have no AC in the house, so it is unimaginably hot in there. I have to make all of my YouTube videos in like this corner of my bedroom next to the closet instead of in that vast, beautiful office where I used to frequent. And like I said, I can't cook in my house. I can't turn on the oven or anything because all that'll do is make the house even hotter than it already is. So I have to come outside and cook weenies out here on the grill because it's cooler out here than it is in there. It's awful. And at the same time, my blood pressure is going up. I've gained weight again. I don't know if you saw the other video where I lost 10 pounds on that cruise. Well, I've since gained it all back, right? So I feel like it's one of those times in my life. I don't know if Jesus is testing me, but it's really tough right now. So now, not only do I not have any money, but I also have no air conditioning, and I'm overweight again. I looked on the BMI calculator and it said unhealthy weight. So I guess I'm a certified obese once again, and I guess I'll have to make another video showing me lose the weight again, but I guess that's okay because no one watched the first video that I made when I was losing weight on the cruise. So maybe now someone will watch this one to help boost my numbers with the YouTube so I can get monetized. But that's neither here nor there. So I'll just keep making those videos until someone starts watching them. Boost those numbers. But in the meantime, yeah, so like I said, things are tough. Life is hard for the duck. I don't even know why I'm wearing this shirt. I used to be able to fit into this shirt. Now it's like teeny tiny on me, and I feel like one of these hot dogs that's just like, just bursting out of the hot dog. I'm trying to make this video, and it's the freaking loudest construction job of all time that they happen to be doing next door too as well. Sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, it's just been really tough, and things got so bad that I knew I had no choice but to apply for a second job, and so I did. I applied at Six Flags. So you may have noticed that I've been putting out a bunch of videos on YouTube about my adventures at Six Flags, as a customer, showing me riding the roller coasters and the train and all that sort of thing. Now, you're probably wondering, how am I getting in there all the time with no money? Well, one of the benefits of working at Six Flags is you can get into the park for free at any time. So I don't actually pay to get into the park. In those videos, I always say, and I'm very careful about how I word it, I say, so the cost analysis of this, the cost of coming in here is $35 for a ticket plus $35 for parking. So how can I get my value out of a $70 entrance? cost. Now that's not what I actually paid, that's just what it would have been had I paid. But as an employee, I don't pay anything. So that's really great. That's really the only benefit there is. There's no sick leave or, you know, anything else really, or health insurance or anything like that. And the job I got there is a janitor. So I'm a janitor, you know, all those years of college and everything else. A good thing I got that, because now I'm a janitor at pretty much what's basically a carnival. So, and it's tough work. It's really tough work. I'm out there real early to real late at night on the days that they have work for me. And I'm carrying around that cart, you know. But I've always said this, I've never been the kind of person who is above any amount of work. If you need me to scrub a toilet, I'll scrub it if I can get cash from it. So I've been doing that for the past couple of months, working really hard at Six Flags, and it's especially brutal because a lot of the work I have to do is outside, and like I said, this heat is absolutely merciless. I slather myself in sunscreen, but at the end of the day, I'm still burnt to a crisp. It doesn't really matter, and it is brutally hot out there. They do have a cafeteria at Six Flags where there's a $4 special, okay? So it's usually something like pork tips or something, macaroni and cheese, I don't know. The other day they had chicken. And it does give you free refills of your drink, so that's good. So it's actually a really good deal. The food is not the greatest in the world, but it is only $4. So that's kind of what I look forward to every day when I go into Six Flags. I look at the chalkboard and I look at the special for the day, and I'm like, oh, you know, that's something. And it is only $4, so that's a really good deal. And that's in the employee cantina. And then I work really hard over there. It's not too many hours a month, really. It's only a little bit here and there on weekends only. I bring home $400 a month. Yeah, it's real tough. It's real tough, you know. But that's the only job I could get. That's the only job I could get. You know, I applied on Indeed for over 200 jobs, part-time jobs, like weekend jobs. And the only ones that gave me a job was Six Flags. So you know what? Thank the Lord for them. Now I know I could probably make more money by doing donating plasma. I would actually make more, like, because that's $100 for every 3 hours. I do get that, but you know, I don't know how many. I don't want to be opening my veins every week, but it could probably not be as brutal as Six Flags. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm so happy with Six Flags. They're the only ones who would give me a job. Like I said, you know, I did put my resume out there. I didn't even tell Six Flags that I also have a master's degree, because then I know they wouldn't have hired me or anything like that. But yeah, you know, and in the meantime, I read in the news about all these high-paid employees, you know, in big offices around town, and they're all like corrupt and like stealing and stuff like that. But God forbid anyone give the duck a job, you know. So the only job I could get was sweeping the streets and wiping down, you know, tables and stuff at Six Flags. So if you see it there and it looks really pretty, that's because I did that. And I do see it because I go over there constantly. That's the only benefit, like I said, that I have. So I like to visit the place. Today I went over there to go relax at Six Flags. I was like, you know, it's been really tough. What I could really use is just relaxing on that train ride that they have. I love that train, that choo-choo train. I sit there, I drink a beer, I relax on that train. There's a nice breeze, it goes under the tunnel. I love that. But of course, what happens? It's Six Flags is closed for today. No wonder I didn't get any hours there. Yeah, I know that there's like a hurricane coming, Hurricane Erin or something. Actually, my YouTube channel is so old that 18 years ago, I did a video on Tropical Depression Erin. And I can't believe they've recycled that name since then. So now, 18 years later, there's another Erin, and it's a hurricane. but yeah, my gosh, and this, I need to work on this YouTube channel. It should have been monetized by now. But I actually did get $120 for that Tropical Depression Aaron video. Universal Studios actually paid me for that footage because back then there weren't a lot of YouTubers and stuff like that. I'm one of the very oldest ones. So that was kind of nice. So I guess in some way I have been paid for my channel, at least a little bit. But yeah, like I said, it's been really tough, and I do value Six Flags, even if it's a tough job. Like I said, I'm very grateful that they pay me. No one else wants to pay the duck, but yeah. So $400 a month. But you know what? That $400 a month is nothing to sniff at. Think about it. That's after taxes. How much is 400? That's in a year. That's like $4,800, right? So if I had another job, that would be like me getting a $7,000 raise, right, before taxes, at another job, right? And $7,000 annual salary is pretty significant, and that's a lot for me. So I need this job, and I'm glad I have it. And I'm going to have to work I'm going to have to work about 3.5 months at this job in order to make up for what I lost gambling in Vegas and Louisiana and on those cruise ships and everything like that. So, but you better believe me, I'm going to get every penny back if I have to, no matter how many floors I have to scrub. And, I'm like Cinderella out there just, singing and dreaming of one day getting my money back that I lost from gambling. It's awful. But it's reality, and I'm a grown-up, and I have to take responsibility and make up for those losses because that's life. I have lost a lot, but I haven't lost everything. I have to count my blessings. That's very important. I still have my house, the Quack House, this beautiful grand manor that I live in. I did have to sell one of my cars, so that Toyota, you know how much I love that little car, my Toyota. That's gone now. So I'm only down to one car. It's awful. Yes, it's a Mercedes, yes, but it's still kind of sad that I had to let go of that car. I really loved it, but that's life. And maybe if I ever do get successful again, then I can get myself another car at that time. But yeah, I am counting my blessings. There are still some good stuff in the world. I may be here cooking. I think this is ready. Yeah, look at this. Look at this hot dog. Look at that. If you look at that, just look at it. This looks beautiful. Well grilled. I still got weenies. Now that is delicious. Or a nice cold non-alcoholic beer. Yeah. So I may have lost a lot, but I'm trying. And that's all you can do, really. And I'm proud of myself for trying. Nice non-alcoholic beer. Yeah, so, I keep trying, and I'm not going to give up. And you know what? I'm pretty much done gambling. So this was a good thing, maybe. Gambling is very volatile. The house always wins for the most part, and I realize that. So I'm going to stop now at a $1,000 loss and not make it worse. I think that's a good plan. I am going to Vegas tomorrow, but that doesn't mean I'm going to gamble. I promise I'm not going to gamble. Well, I'm not going to promise anything, but I'm going to try not to gamble. Mostly I'm going there to collect donation money that people leave on the machines, a few cents here and there. I can usually do like $10 a day. And in a month, that's $300 a month. That's not to be sniffed at, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so I'm going to go do some donation collections on slot machines where people leave some cash, a few cents on each machine. And I'm going to drink free drinks. I'm staying in free hotels. The flight's free. I'll be at the Centurion Lounge and the Capital One Lounge. I get those all for free as well. So I'm going to Vegas to collect free things and to get money. And most importantly, I'm going to Vegas because in the middle of the Mojave Desert, it is not as hot as it is in my house. So I'll be having free air conditioning over there. Very much looking forward to that. I need air conditioning. And I don't have enough money to repair this machine yet because I gambled $1,000 for the year. So, like I said, life is hard, but I'm not going to give up, and I'm going to work even harder than I ever did before so that I can earn money to get myself out of this hole and to survive and to eventually thrive as well. You know, this is a great, great hot dog. You know, I know my story is not that unique. I know a lot of people are struggling in the economy these days. There's a reason all of those hotels are comped for me right now, and I don't even spend any money there anymore. They're comped because Vegas is struggling right now to get tourists, to get visitors right now. I know a lot of the workers there are struggling to get hours. They are laying off a lot of casino staff. There's even one place on downtown, on the strip, in downtown Vegas, that's eliminated all of their table dealers, and it's all electronic now. It's kind of good for me though, because I like when things are electronic and no one bothers me when I'm trying to record my videos. But I know a lot of them are also having a tough time right now, just the same way I am. And it's not easy for anyone in the economy right now, I know that. But we just do our best. And if all I can afford right now is, you know, weenies on the fire, then that's all I can afford. And I'm going to accept that. And you know what? I got to tell you, these are absolutely, these are, this is like the most delicious thing I've eaten in quite some time. Make sure you send some thoughts and prayers, some T's and P's to the duck right now, so that I can be rich again one day. Or even better, like and subscribe. That really, really helps. Right now, YouTube is reviewing my account for monetization. That's really exciting news. But getting those subscriptions really helped me. Maybe one day I can quit the job at Six Flags and just rely on my YouTube income. That's the dream. We'll see. But in the meantime, I'm still happy, and I'm keeping a positive attitude and enjoying my house, at least the outside of it. And yeah, things are okay. Things are okay, and life is good. Life is very good. So thank you for watching, and I appreciate all your support, and we'll see you at the next one.